Hey, this is Amazon Jew coming to you from Casper, Wyoming. Man, what a day, huh? Where to begin? You've got DNC well, first they denied that they paid for the dossier, then come to find out that Hillary Clinton had made a deal with the DNC to take over basically the DNC to run her campaign through. All of Bernie Sanders supporters were built. Of course, we knew that when he sold out to Hillary Clinton and ended up endorsing her, when in reality, he probably would have won the nomination had it been done fair, unbiased, and uncorrupted. Here's a good one for you, too. Did you know California is still counting their votes for the 2016 election? Here we are 11 or 12 months later, and they still haven't finished counting their votes. Do you find that odd? Maybe there's something wrong with their voting system. Maybe that's why the Democrats fight so hard to keep voter ID laws from becoming part of the United States. Mexico's had voter ID laws for years. So has most other countries, even India. And here in America, you don't have to have an ID to vote? That's just stupid. Okay, moving on. Let's look at Jeff Sessions today. Okay, media went crazy. Oh, Jeff is gonna. He recused himself from the Uranium One deal. Blah, 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 blah. And that just burned up the wires all day long. Anything but tax reform. I mean, isn't that what the left is best at? Is distraction, distraction, distraction. Hell, even I fell for it for a few minutes till they actually did, what, 2 clicks and found out, no, Session has not recused himself from the Uranium One investigation. In fact, the only one that should is probably Mueller. Since he was the one that delivered the cake himself personally, the sample to the Russians on in Moscow at the airport. Main Street media doesn't want to tell you about that. Um, also, the fact that Special Counsel Mueller is off in the weeds on tax evasion of Manafort. Well, I think the Department of Justice could probably handle that inquiry. Mueller, you didn't get the job. We all know you interviewed with Trump a couple of days before he appointed Sessions Department of Justice, and we know your little heart was set on it, but you didn't get the job like John Kerry, like Mitt Romney, like many, many others of you deep state pieces of shit. So, trying to keep yourself relevant by going off in the weeds on an IRS issue is just plain and simple pathetic. I notice now that the news media is starting to try to feed people that Podesta's emails were somehow altered after WikiLeaks exposed them. Don't buy it, folks. That's bullshit. Because you know what? Someday they're going to try to hold Trump to some tweet that he said, 6 months before the presidency, 8 months before the president, blah, blah, blah. And then someone's going to say, oh, the tweet was altered. Okay, they're out to sow the fact or the idea that emails can be changed after they've been uploaded online in their original format. That's bullshit. It is what it is. I would set credibility with Julian Assange long before I would Clapper, Comey, Brenner, Rogers, McCabe, Rosenstein by 1,000%. These guys are known liars. They lied under oath, all of them. It was all to keep the Russian narrative going so that basically tie our president's nuts up in a knot instead of getting his agenda done, our agenda done. So to FBI and CIA and NSA and all you guys, you're so busted. Stop it already. We know what you are. Okay, let's go one more step further. 702 program. Now, I can tell you for a fact, look at me, I'm in my, you're in the house uniform, you're in your, I guess, central command cave, and you're telling, I don't know how many people get to watch this stuff, and I'm going to post it on my Twitter, and I'm going to put it on my YouTube. Of course it goes onto my YouTube. Under YouTube, I'm Amazon Jude. You can find me. I'm doing one of these, but my hair is down, and I look a whole lot more prettier because I got to shower that day and put makeup on. But I live in the country, and I get so few visitors, and I really don't care. I'm satisfied being alone most of the time. I have a good working husband. We have a great business, and it's going to get better with the tax reform. Now, if we can get rid of those ELD mandates and all that crap, that would be 100% better. We all know that was part of a big power grab by the big trucking companies to squeeze out the little guys. We're aware of that. And we've got, 61 senators on board with it now, so I look to see at least a 2-year delay. And let's work out some of the bugs in this crap first. I mean, for the most part, we're strictly in-state. Why should we have to worry about, where my truck is or any of that? I know where my truck is. It's called, I pick up a phone, and I call them. So, where are you at on that load? Boom, end of story. Didn't cost me but what, 0.25 cents or a minute on my phone. I don't need satellite. Why? Wyoming is one of those states that have a right to carry. You don't think my truck drivers are loaded for bear against being hijacked or anything like that? And secondly on that, we have weather. You ever heard of weather? The snow falls, the rain falls, accidents happen, road closures, your vehicle is, or your truck is broke down, the fuel, that ethanol crap froze in your tank. They never did any of this in their 2014 study that they presented to Congress, and they all voted. Yeah, no, it sounds great. Sounds great. Woo. I want to know who got the kickbacks. Because the ELD mandates and the machines that they want to put in our trucks and force us to buy are bullshit. They haven't even worked out the freaking bugs yet. I know a guy who has them, and his truck has spent more time in the shop working on that ELD than it's been on the road. So that just cost them, what do you tell me, $165,000 over the last 6 months. It's going to get worse. And then you have the fact that when our police officers are supposed to inspect these trucks, most states aren't even equipped to do it yet. There's more money. Need more funding. Need more funding. See, this is all sponsored by the Democrats. And this was Obama's, I like to call it midnight, shove it up your ass law. And OOIDA, Owner-Operator Independent Drivers Association, in ELD or me, they're fighting it pretty hard, and they're doing a good job. But Elaine Choi, Mitch McConnell's wife, is not listening. She's going with what the American Trucking Association has packed up their ass, and they don't support us. They support the big companies. And even right now, today, November 3rd, there are at least 35 companies that are big asking for exclusions from these ELDs and the mandates and the hours of service. What does that tell you? You know what it tells me? That if you have to have exclusions, then it's a bad law. So I would advise President Trump to squarely address this issue soon. After all, we are your voters too. In fact, we were a lot of your votes. Okay, getting back to, I get off on this because I'm in the trucking industry and I'm sick of it. You know what I have to learn? I have to learn 2 books that are over 600 pages each, and both are in conflict of each other. And then this stupid 2014 so-called report from Federal Motor Carriers Association to Congress through Obama. That report was bullshit. I shot more than 43 holes in it with my own state senators. So, I'm telling you, that's got to go. That's got to go soon. If we're going to build America's infrastructure, and we're going to rebuild Texas and Louisiana, and yeah, Puerto Rico, then we're going to need trucks. And they're not going to be able to run on 14-hour bullshit. Here, you need to sleep. You need to get up. Why are you not working, John? Because I'm fucking tired. Okay? I'm not going to punch a time clock on the front of my truck because you pencil necks seem to think you know how to run the trucking industry. See, I got off on a rant because I'm passionate about it. Okay, back to the rest of this. Where do we start? Or where did I leave off, should I say? Oh, I know. No, Sessions did not recuse himself from the Uranium One investigation. I think even I reported that wrong earlier today. I apologize to my listeners. You know, even as experts get caught in fake media every once in a while. I don't usually do it, but it came through a source that I like to think is trustworthy. They've been blocked since. No more will I pay attention to their bullshit. Interesting thing happened today in, well, was it today or yesterday? Yesterday or today, I missed this hearing. Man, you just can't find all of them. You know that? There should be a government website to where you can go and watch any hearing you want, any subcommittee you want, easily. And I'm going to propose that to Trump. Because you have to actively seek out what your government is doing. And in this meeting, or this hearing, there was a black woman, and she was pro-life, and she was addressing the committee. Very intelligent woman. Very intelligent woman. You could just tell by the way she was speaking. And what cornerstone she was standing on. Yes, Planned Parenthood is genocide for the black American woman. They count on that money because they love not only doing one thing, but doing 2 things. One thing, those government dollars. The money that Planned Parenthood makes off of killing black American babies in the womb is astounding. And secondly, the genocide of the Black American child. Okay, I am one of those people that I know what a hood rat is. And I know what an intelligent black man is. Or woman, you know. But to actually endorse and pay for the murdering of a race that is as American as I am is just astounding. I mean, we're not talking Mexican babies, and we're not talking Islam babies, and we're not talking Chinese babies. We're talking about the actual two breeds that are Americans, blacks and whites. And to condone murdering of an entire species that is original to America now, well, you wouldn't know that by tearing down the statues, but they earned their place alongside the white American. We are co-equal. Everybody else is incidental right now, but the two co-equal people of America are blacks and whites. Well, you could probably throw the American Indian in there too. So I'll go 3. And then to belittle this woman in a congressional testimony was just too unreal. And I'm familiar with this senator, and I'll add this as the last part of my video to watch what this man did to this woman. This black, proud American woman. And then you tell me you can vote Democrat again with a straight face. This is Amazon Jude signing off, November 3rd, 2017.